Joe Hasham, a world champion who knows how to navigate these streets, looks down at pocket tens. It is a strong hand.
Gee, none of us have been all in.
Nope.
Is that right?
Just the cannon.
Tens for Hasham.
I just only made it 1,200. Wow.
But vulnerable, so he opens the pot to 3,100 to define his range and thin the field. The action folds to Negreanu in position, and he wakes up with the absolute nuts, pocket aces. Negreanu enters small ball mode, but knows he needs to build the pot now. He puts in a standard 3-bet to 10,000. At this point, the alarm bells should be ringing for Joe, but the dynamic between these two legends complicates the simple math. When the action returns to Hasham, he faces a critical decision point. A flat call here would be the prudent play, keeping Negreanu's range wide and allowing Joe to reevaluate on the flop. Instead,
Raise.
Hasham decides to assert dominance. He 4-bets to 31,000. This is a massive deviation that turns his hand into a bluff. He is trying to represent a monster like kings or aces to force Negreanu off a hand like ace-king or pocket jacks. However, against a player like Negreanu who is capable of trapping, this aggression merely isolates Hasham against the top of the deck. Negreanu does not hesitate. He doesn't slow play or get cute. He reaches for chips and 5 bets to 91,000, effectively putting Hasham all in. This bet is the nail in the coffin. It collapses Hasham's fold equity to 0. Joe, now realizing he has painted himself into a corner, has priced himself in.
Kind of glad it's not a quick all-in. Right?
Yeah, that's good news.
I'm all in.
Joe shoves. Daniel calls.
You got aces? Yeah, I got tens. Twice is good.
Yeah, twice is good.
I couldn't fold it.
No, I don't think so.
I couldn't fold it.
The first flop.
Boom.
A 10.
Like that one.
Good thing I ran it twice.
Save the 4th 10 for the second board, please.
The turn, 6 of diamonds.
Give him another 10 if you're going to do anything. Okay? Seriously.
She's gonna do something.
If you don't give me an ace, just give him a 10. I can't handle losing these twice. It'll hurt really bad. That'll bother me.
The river, 6 of hearts.
All right, thank you. That's
wait, there's one
oh,
more.
we're running it twice?
Yes.
The second flop.
Ooh,
I thought that was
clubs.
a 10. I don't know why.
Clubs and there's backdoor everything
It's
here.
not fair if I beat you this hand, seriously.
The turn.
Ooh!
Big time sweat.
I mean, that's
Oh, God.
a decent sized sweat as well.
That's a pretty good sweat.
I don't know if anyone else goes through this.
Daniel holds.
Oh. I'm so I got aces. I'm so happy to not go broke.
There's the 9 of clubs. There's the 9 of clubs.
Come on. Daniel losing both of those is good for the game.
Yeah, great for the game.
One more card. Come on. Look at one more card.
Thank you.
Never been so excited about getting half my money with aces against tens.
Phil Hellmuth is looking down at pocket queens. Pre-flop, this is one of those classic big pair collision spots where the trap is sprung before a flop is even dealt. Hellmuth opens to 800 with completely standard and absolutely expecting to be ahead of most of the table.
I have the button. I shouldn't even look. I should just decide I'm gonna win. Oh, I don't have to decide I'm gonna win. I'm just gonna win.
Lock calls.
I'm just gonna win this one.
Lock flats, which already narrows him to a lot of medium strength hands and some traps.
How about the pot?
Bill Perkins comes in with the pot.
Little pottage.
Pottage in the cottage.
Pottage.
In the cottage.
That sizing is fine. It isolates the opener, punishes Lock's call, and announces a very strong range.
How much do you have there anyway?
What is it?
Nothing.
You keep saying not much, and this is a 25K chip, kid.
Nothing. I don't know.
Hellmuth looks down at queens, sees Lock's dead money in the middle and the wide public perception that Perkins can be splashy, and decides to...
All right, I raised the pot too.
Hi-ya!
It is a sizing that does two things at once. It tries to shut Leak out, and it tests Perkins to see whether he really has it or is just leaning on position.
What are my choices?
Ship it, call, or fold.
I re-raised the pot.
All right, I'm all in. I'm all in.
It's all in. Okay. Aces or?
I got queens.
I have kings.
Holy cow.
I mean, let's just run it once, I guess.
Go.
I decided in advance I'm only going to run it once today.
You know what? Poker should get back to this one-time thing. It's so manly. It's like the West. We're gonna go find gold and go into the west and run it one time.
6, 5, 8, all hearts. Turn. Ace of diamonds. 10 of clubs, and Perkins is gonna double up.
Nice hand.
Thank you.
Ta-da!
I finally won a hand. I had maximum tilt juice. It was like overdrive.
I mean, the businessman, you know, he shows up with kings when he has 43,000. Come on.
You know, and I almost...
So ridiculous what happens to me in this game.
Vanessa Selbst is holding pocket fours. Pre-flop, this is short stack versus big stack brinkmanship at its finest. Vanessa opens to 17,000, a perfectly standard raise from early position at this stage. Small pairs love to see flops, and they do not mind getting called, but they really dislike facing big 3-bets from aggressive players behind. MacPhee on the button does exactly that, bumping it to 37,000 with ace-9, a classic light 3-bet candidate. He has position, blockers to the big pairs, and enough equity to continue if called. So far, it is a routine late-stage tournament hand, the kind you see dozens of times, slightly loose open, ambitious 3-bet, everyone testing each other's resolve. The hand turns serious when Vanessa answers with a 4-bet to 79,000. With fours, she is almost never doing this purely for value.
How much do you have left?
Folding every time here makes his 3 bets too transparent, so he reaches for the next gear and clicks it back to 131,000. That small 5-bet is a statement. He is saying that Vanessa either gives up now or risks her entire stack. Vanessa's response is immediate and decisive,
I'm all in.
turning pocket fours into a pure test of courage.
Still probably have the best hand.
Strategically, this shove leverages everything in her favor, the pay jump pressure, and MacPhee's capped 5-bet sizing. With this jam, she represents exactly the hands that crush ace-9.
Such a sick spot. It's almost enough out there for me to just call it off. And I think I dominate some of your range sometimes. And then crushed, if it's just value, I think I have to do it. Title defense, 2 years later, I call.
OMG, he calls!
You have ace-jack?
No,
I have a pair.
I have ace-9.
Correct reaction. You're complicit in this too, Selbsty.
What just happened?
Huh? Just think that's a snap?
Snap fold, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
The flop has an ace on it! Sick race.
Nice time.
And another ace for good measure.
Worst play I've ever seen. What? He like goes after me every time. I have no idea why. He's a friend of mine. You put that on TV. It's the worst play ever. I don't know why friend's going after me, but he does it every single tournament.
Phil Hellmuth is looking down at ace-jack offsuit. Pre-flop begins with a scenario that is practically designed to tilt Phil Hellmuth before a single card is pitched. The game is featuring a straddle from Jennifer Tilly and a double straddle from Tony G, which effectively cuts the effective stack sizes in half.
All over straddle, all over.
Double straddle from Tony.
You're taking away my straddle energy.
I'm not. I'm putting more money in there for
let's
the
see
good
that.
players.
That's like wasted money.
You can raise him comfortably knowing that he hasn't looked at his cards.
This structure forces players to loosen up and fight for the pot, but it also amplifies the penalty for mistakes. Hellmuth decides to attack. In a vacuum, this is a standard aggressive play.
All right, I opened for the pot.
Pots it.
And you looked, right?
Well, I think I looked. Allegedly, I looked.
Tony.
I'm all in.
Pot limit, brah.
Without looking?
Without looking.
Pretty sure he looked.
Well, you can't be all in.
60.
Tony G tries to just shove here to deny equity, but he forgets the game is pot limit, so he actually 3-bets to 21,600.
You slow down. You slow down a bit. You got to save the rest.
It is large enough to commit a significant portion of chips, but it is not an all-in, which leaves the door open for Phil to make a catastrophic error.
It's hard to believe that you always have a hand against me.
Look, you could see the flop and get rid of it as well.
Hellmuth takes the bait hook, line, and sinker. He looks at his ace-jack, a hand that is notoriously difficult to play against a 3-bet, and decides that Tony is simply splashing around.
I'm not looking. I haven't looked. I don't care. I know it's a random hand, and I don't got a random hand.
Wow, all that talking makes me think he's strong. I was for sure going to call before that.
15 on top, Tony.
He's saying he hasn't looked though.
He most certainly looked. Did no one see him?
He's saying you didn't look.
Yeah, you wouldn't lie, Tony, would you?
I wouldn't lie. You can
There you
check
go.
my hand if you want. You can tell him the truth.
You didn't look at either card.
I haven't looked.
You promise?
Ask Joe. I mean, I haven't
I
looked.
can't say anything, but
I'm not going to look.
that's between you and Phil.
Well, if you haven't looked, I guess I'll just move in.
Phil ships and Tony calls.
I did. All right, you're close. You're up there.
Oh, you lied.
Of course I lied. It's poker, Phil. What do you think this is?
That's messed up. So messed up.
Wow.
What do you think? I'm blind? How many times do you want to run
Well,
it?
I asked you if you had looked or not.
You want to run it how many times?
I'll let you choose, Tony.
Three
I mean,
times.
I always lose, so. You kind of deserve to lose the first
I
one.
do deserve. I hope you win one.
Why would you lie? I mean, no, let's consider totally not uncool, man. I mean, it's not right.
I feel it's just a game.
That's etiquette, though. I mean, you don't
Phil,
say
what
you were
happens
blind
on
when
this
you were blind.
table in play is just a game. We tell whatever we want.
So
When do you
all
tell
the
the
rules
truth?
of poker are just thrown out the window, and you know, this really bad etiquette. But
What do you think? I'm a kid? Phil.
we're talking about etiquette.
I'm a
So
poker
you're
player.
the kind of guy that goes to the golf course, and when someone's playing you a big money match, you scream in the middle of their backswing.
You think that's the same thing?
Yes, I
don't
know it's
think
the
that's
same
the same thing. I don't
Listen,
think so.
if you polled all the
We're
top
talking
players,
about the
you'd get
strength
crushed.
of our hand, and I'm telling
Let's
you.
just bet
hang on.
100,000 if we poll the top 20 players. We'll ask about your etiquette.
Phil is looking for sympathy from the table, but the real court of opinion is in the comments. Was Tony out of line, or is Phil just being the poker brat? Let me know whose side you're on.
Why?
And I'm destroying you.
You
in
know it's
every
bad
part
etiquette.
of the game.
You don't say you haven't looked at your cards when you haven't looked at your cards. You don't do that.
Okay, well
it's
then
like
I'm
a
wrong.
rule of poker. It's like it's
Why'd you call?
horrible etiquette. Because I thought you hadn't looked at your cards.
Come on, Phil.
Well, if you want 25,000 this bad, you can have it.
You have to
How
pay
many times
attention
are we
to the
dealing?
game, Phil. If you're a professional player, you would pay attention to me looking at my hand. We're doing it
Okay,
three
how
times.
many times? 3 times?
3 times. I admit that my
You deserve to
etiquette
lose the
is
first
terrible.
one again.
I do.
So you know, for that.
Karmically, he deserves to lose all 3. What a villain. I drink your milkshake.
So they're going to run it 3 times with the winner of each run taking a third of the pot. Flop. King 9 tray.
Tony pairs his king, Phil drawing nearly dead.
How happy are you now?
Turns a jack.
That's bad for me.
River ace of diamonds.
That's kind of fair. Let's even out the deck a bit.
I mean, you know, you showed your true colors, which is bad for you here.
Here comes flop number 2. 7, 5, 10. No help to Phil.
That's not
You
good.
really, I don't think you're the kind of guy that wants to show your true colors all the time.
Well, it's just your true colors can't escape you. You are who you are, Phil.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. that's the way I am.
Turn number 2. Ace of clubs. River another 5, and Tony G takes the second run.
Don't rush. Don't rush. We'll have to keep you in.
Queen, queen, king, and Phil picks up some outs. Turn 7. No help to Phil. It's a jack.
Whoa! You got there.
That's not cool.
No, he didn't.
No. Sorry. I was just joking, Phil. Did you believe me again? Was
No,
that
I
bad
didn't
etiquette
believe you.
too?
So Tony, so look, you're loaning me 50,000, right?
Yeah.
Okay, look, I don't accept it.
Okay. No problem.
But good game, man.
All right. I'm sorry, Phil. I really am. I'm sorry. I think you should retire. I think it's over. I think you're not there anymore, Phil.
Great playing with you.
All right, thanks.
I think you should take your coach, get a tandem bike, and get the hell out of here.
Vanessa Selbst is looking down at Jack 7 suited.
Vanessa maybe steaming a bit after that last hand. Looks like she's getting right back on the horse.
Pre-flop begins with a sequence that has become legendary in the poker world, not for its brilliance, but as a cautionary tale of what happens when leveling wars go completely off the rails.
He parlayed $50 into 50,000 one weekend.
And then that 50,000 is now what?
I don't know, 40 million or something.
7.2 million or something?
But I was like,
what's it like to have 7.2 million?
I would not know.
Gotta be more than 7.2.
Right, it's more than 7.2. Two of the greatest poker minds.
I know, I like watching this
right?
stuff and
I
not
love
being in the hand.
Spirit and Vanessa battles.
Friedman, a veteran of the high-stakes online streets, looks down at pocket aces. He puts in a standard 3-bet to 4,000, looking to build a pot with the nuts. At this point, most players with Jack 7 would simply fold and move on to the next hand. But Vanessa decides to fight. She believes Friedman is attacking her opening range light, so she puts in a cold 4-bet to 13,200. She is turning her hand into a bluff, trying to re-steal the initiative. Friedman, holding the aces, must be delighted. He doesn't slow play. He 5-bets to 35,000. This should be the end of the line.
30? 35.
Vanessa convinces herself that Friedman knows she is aggressive and is therefore 5-betting light to exploit her. She decides to represent the only hand that beats a bluff. Pocket aces.
Pot.
In a move that shocked the table, she 6-bets to 106,200. She has effectively turned Jack 7 into a massive bluff for her entire stack, trying to force a fold from a range that simply cannot fold.
I'm all in.
Pralada's all in.
It is a mistake. I call.
Vanessa calls.
I can't.
Aces for Pralada.
No.
He's got aces.
Yeah, I know.
I'll bet you
How
he's got
many do you
aces.
want to run it?
He has aces.
It's like 100%.
Of course. She has ace, king, or kings.
Nope, I have nothing. Twice?
Whatever you want.
Let's do 3 times.
Sure.
Okay.
He has live cards. Oh boy.
How much do you have?
He's got you covered, I think.
60,
Even worse, some of Vanessa's outs have been folded, so she's a bigger dog than she thinks.
King 4-5.
That's not good.
6 of diamonds. 6 of diamonds.
Don't waste it. God.
To the turn. 9 of hearts.
All right. Put a deuce of clubs. Oh, ace of clubs is good. I'm such a. Why do I do this to myself? Every time. What are you laughing at?
I'm not laughing. I'm just, you know.
Pretty sure he was laughing.
8 King 5 2 diamonds flush draw for Vanessa.
It's already a diamond over there.
There it is. That's the spirit. Show the other diamonds.
Yeah, 6 of diamonds would definitely be more useful here than it was in the last one.
Turn 5 of hearts.
Wow, Pralad is strong. How did he dodge it there?
No diamond, 3 of clubs.
What a brick.
Break ball.
Super brick.
Bricktastic.
So Pralada's 2/3 of the way to scooping the biggest pot ever won on the big game.
What an absolute gift from Vanessa.
4 6 King, 3 more bricks. This is getting hard to watch.
Not even a sweat.
Deuce of spades.
Nice hand.
Wow, Pralad did it. That's sick.